Protocol initiated. Comlink online. Systems functional.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for your Saturday, it's going to be an incredible PvT between Bisu and Sharp. Two ASL dudes. On the bottom right, it is a Bisu. Top left, it is Sharp. Both players doing very well in ASL 20. Will they win it? I don't know. I don't think either player will win ASL. I think the current betting is on Snow or maybe somebody like Soma, right? Soma's looking good right now. Anyway, there are no Terrans left in ASL 20, so that's why Sharp is not going to win it, right? Weird stuff going on. Hallucinated Kakaru here, running quickly out of energy. He's going to go ahead and disappear for us. I don't know why these are here. I guess just something interesting at the early stages of the game. So it is a Minstrel, a map that I like a lot because it is weird. I like casting weird maps like this and Kickback and Butter and let's see, what was that other one? Litmus. Litmus is a very fun map to cast on. So yeah, just all these winding paths, right? Wind, cross a bridge, and you are there. But you can go ahead and make another path by mining through this mineral field that has 48 minerals on it. It's a place to expand, but also a place to get something through. So we will see. We will see how all of these winding paths and expansions with super wide ramps will come into play here. It is a good map for carriers, because look at this high ground. High ground here, high ground here. High ground here, so maybe we'll see carriers from Bisu. I think that would be a good idea, but we'll have to see because I have not watched this replay. RJB sent it to me, he screened it for me and said it is amazing and awesome. So, Cybernetics Core and Gas coming up. We've got Gas coming up here as well. I think we're going to go ahead and see a factory before expanding. Here from Sharp, he is treating this Protoss opponent Bisu very seriously. Does he know it's Bisu? I don't know, man. That is a fairly standard barcode here. And Sharp's is, you know, fairly recognizable if you know what it is. But Bisu's, I think there's a gap right there and a gap right there. So maybe if you know this is Bisu, then you can recognize it. But other than that, I don't know. Barcodes are barcodes for a reason. Factory coming up. We've got Steve the SCV here scouting out, seeing the gateway, seeing the cyber core, seeing the gas, saying, okay, it's not a double proxy gateway in the middle of the map. I hate that build. And yeah, so let's go ahead and setting up for some tech here. Dragoons with range to keep yourself safe against things like vultures. And maybe, you know, maybe a couple unsieged siege tanks. Engineering bay block? Dude, you are not respecting Bisu with this. So engineering bay being constructed in the natural base. And this probe says, hey, get out of here, ha ha ha, says the SCV. Now I have delayed your expansion. What are you going to do? Singularity charge. Range before the expansion. I kind of feel like the Nexus would have been first before that singularity charge, other than that engineering base showing up. There you go. So canceling it. Bam. Bisu gets his second base down. And looks like it's going to be a second base timing here just a little bit later from Sharp. Bam. There it is. There it is. Machine shop. First upgrade is going to be, let's say, spider mines. It keeps you safe from dragoons. You can be aggressive with it as well. Just an all-around good early game upgrade for our guy Sharp. And no range for either of these units here, Marines or Dragoon. So 400 APM here from Bisu. We've got 400 APM as well. Well, 390 versus 440. And, oh, there we go. Getting a couple of kills there, Mr. Dragoon. I like it. I like this harassment. Can we get another one? Can we get another kill? Shields, heal me up, says the Dragoon. Heal me up. All right, so now there's a tank. And, yep, spider mines right here on the machine shop. I guess second factory here. Hello, shop. Second factory. We need a second factory. One factory, two base is not a build. And there it is. Oh, waiting for enough minerals, and bam. Bam. Dude, come on. What is he doing instead? There we go. All right, making a factory. Second factory. Because he's making SCVs, he's got 23 SCVs to 26 probes. Look at this, spider mining aggressively, and Bisu is very good at triggering spider mines without detection and then gunning them down. But tanks and marines and a vulture here, but there are 4 dragoons. They can go ahead and gun down the tank here. Yeah, these marines, very good against dragoons here, but they don't have stim, they don't have range, they do not have medic support. So they're not as good as they could be. So this little pressure build here from Sharp. Yeah, see, look, Vulture down, very good. Vulture's, again, good against shields, right? So attacking Dragoons is a good idea, unless they don't have any shields. And then chip, 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 chip goes the Vulture here. So spider mining up the entrance to Bisu's main base, or natural base. We do have observers on the way. We've already got range done. Siege tech now on the way from the machine shop. And yeah, I think, yeah, I guess it's a delay for the third base at this point. Not trying to kill Bisu with Sharp there, just, you know, harassing, taking a lot of HP and shields off of these Dragoons. And once again, spider mining likely third bases and fourth bases here for the Protoss. If you send out a probe without an observer, you can't expand. Excellent use of our guy Vultures and our spider mines. So yeah, not a naked expand here. Sending a drone to escort this probe to the third base. You never know when there's going to be a Vulture right here, right? So that is an excellent, excellent thing that Bisu does that other players should do. Because how many times have you seen a probe try to expand and there's a Vulture here and it's like, bam, Vulture down. Oh, so now my third's getting delayed by 10 seconds, by 20 seconds, by 30 seconds. Which is all you need to do to delay a third base and maybe win the game on this high level. So just, you know, just one Dragoon out there. Just playing it safe. Is Bisu here? Observer says, okay, we've got 2 factories and a missile turret. We are fairly safe against, hey, look, it's a shuttle. Hey, look, it's a Reaver on the way. So it's going to be a, let's say, 2 base Reaver opening with a third base behind it. It's not going to be a lot of Reavers, not going to be a lot of shuttles, not going to be a 2 base drop and kill your opponent build here from Bisu. Just again, a little bit of harassment. So yeah, tap that like button if you're excited to see what's going on in this cast. If you're enjoying the cast, again, I am here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War casting. We've got live streams here. Sundays are for viewer replays. Fridays are for professional replays. Cast live here on this channel. I'm playing stuff like the StarCraft Brood War reverse campaign here too, if you want to check it out. But yeah, trying to get to 69,000 subs. We'll see if we can get there at some point. Seems like it'd be nice to be able to get there. A good number, but I don't know. The view counts have been down lately. I've seen some stuff where people are talking about YouTube has stopped counting views from people who are using adblock, which is not something they've done in the past as far as I know. There we go, extra factories coming in. So that is affecting view counts for everybody's channel as far as I can tell. Unless you have an entire viewer base who doesn't use adblock, which I think is impossible. A lot of people like that adblock. And as I always say, if you're watching a channel and you're using adblock and not supporting the supporter or the creator in some other way, like being a patron of theirs, or maybe you show up to the live streams and donate money that way, then I don't know, like you're just kind of hurting the creator that way, you know what I mean? YouTube Premium is a good way too. If you use Premium, that does give the creators a part of the money you pay every month too. I don't know, I'm just saying, you can use adblock, but I feel like if you're not also supporting the creator monetarily in some other way, you're kind of doing it wrong. Swinging on in here to the natural base, unloading the Reaver, getting a shot in. Couple SCVs die there. It's not 10, it's maybe 2. Zealot takes a Reaver, or a tank shot. Nicely done, that's 3 more SCVs down. Great control here by Bisu. Could not be happier about this from a Protoss perspective. Reavers, Scarab. Oh, that's not going to get any damage done at all. Nope, absolutely not. Too far. Got hung up onto the corner of the mineral field, as always. And this is maybe... No, maybe some damage there, but no death. That's kind of the big deal. I love this just sharking back and forth, up and down, and left and right, and trying to get a shot off again. But once again, the SCV that was targeted ran and ran and ran and ran. There's nothing to connect on there. No damage done on that Scarab, and this is getting a little bit intense. Now there's Goliaths out, so Bisu maybe going to try to get one more unload. He knows he's probably dead. Oh, it does get another unload off. Ugh, shuttle dies with the Reaver inside it. No extra shots. Probably wasn't getting an extra shot off there, but it would have been nice if he had. So Dragoon's on the move out. Let's get the production tab back. It was kind of in the way there. We got Storm. We got Zealot legs. We've got +1 vehicle weapons. Setting up quite nicely. Third base there. Fourth base. Ah, here it is. It's another... Bisu, we just talked about this. You can't just send the probe over and hope to expand. I mean, it's not a vulture here, but it is a spider mine, which is going to delay the ever-loving heck out of that fourth base. DT's on the way. Interesting. Nice Reaver shot, catching a tank. Not killing it, doing some damage there, though. Goliath's taking Reaver shots is really problematic, too. Again, the Reaver control. This is something that Snow does a lot of, but other players like Bisu like to do from time to time in this matchup. Use the Reaver to force siege ups, right? If the army's moving out and they're just unsieged siege tanks and vultures and Goliaths, a Reaver back here going bam is very scary. So it forces a siege up, right? It forces a much slower move out. And getting a shot off there, vulture down. That's not a free vulture. Scarabs cost money, but it's cheaper than a vulture is, that's for sure. And bam, another shot. Not injuring. Once again, running away from a Reaver shot is the best thing you can do to mitigate the damage. Well, I guess you could pick up. If you're getting shot by a Reaver and you pick the unit, the targeted unit up inside a shuttle or a dropship or an overlord, you'll save it. But other than that, running away is your best option. Because if you're facing it and you're just kind of taking it straight on, you're going to take a ton of damage. I think everybody knows that, but little tips, you know. Oh my gosh, he has to build. He can't spare a single observer and a Dragoon to come up here. This is so delayed. Dude, Sharp is in love with this right now. He can see this. Sharp can see this. He's like, he's trying to expand up here. What a dummy. This one spider mine, it's worth its weight in gold. They always say, I mean, spider mines are technically free, but, you know, you pay for the 3 spider mines for 75 minerals, and then the vulture is free. Because spider mines have more value than the vultures do in a lot of situations, and here's a situation where, yeah, it is. Finally, cannon comes up. Nexus goes down. It's late. It's probably what? You had to make a cannon and a pylon and a cannon. It's like 60, 90 seconds of time delayed on that fourth base. That's insane. Anyway, Sharp decided to go home. He doesn't like what he sees here. He doesn't want to cross this bridge. The other attack paths are not open, or they're even further away. Turret up in the middle of the map is interesting. I mean, you want to catch that shuttle with that turret more than anything else, like you're doing right now. Zealot bombing, no, kind of, but also not really. Good. Storm anything here. The Goliaths, the tanks, the vultures are good targets all the time. Another Storm wandering in, just kind of walking in. High Templar getting murked. DT in the mix as well here, and turret providing detection. I might have seen a scan there too, but I'm not entirely sure. Bisu does do a great job trading out Dragoons for a lot of siege tanks. Dude, Sharp siege tank count just got obliterated. I think he's got 2 tanks remaining, 2 more back home. 4 total on the map. Bisu lost a lot of stuff, but the trades are what's important right here, and he couldn't be happier about it. This base is a weird one to take because, again, you've got this mineral field that can be mined through and open a gap, but also tanks sit back here, Dragoons sit back here. You can get Reavers back here, especially if this has been opened, and get on top of those SCVs too. So, I don't know, expanding here or here is not my favorite place to go, but it's kind of the closest one to home. So a lot of players do it. Zerg, Protoss, and Terran all do it sometimes. Vultures get into this third base and cause some havoc. But nice pylon walling. Can't quite get in there. This little doodad actually prevents the Vultures from getting back around this backside too. So that's a nice doodad. That's got to be intentional, right? Gotta be intentional. Kadaran Amulets on the way. What I say about Reaver sitting back here, but then tanks can defend the back line pretty effectively. Maybe the best unit at covering this back line. So Terran taking this base makes a lot more sense to me than in maybe any other thing, Protoss or Zerg. Got spider mines laid out in a line. We got pylons up at the 12 o'clock position and expansion down south. Once again, this is spotted. You can see the warp in of the pylon down there, which means probably a Nexus is coming in too. So Vultures could swing over here and get a quick probe kill. They're probably not killing the Nexus, but, you know, the damage is damage. +1 attack is done for the Protoss. The Terran sitting at 1-1 himself. And, yeah, 3 probe is free. And then, what upgrades do you have? +1. Oh, got to cancel on 2 cannons here. Look at that. Okay, this is great. Again, an unescorted attempt at expanding is bad. Protoss players, why you do this so much? Like, sending one Dragoon down here probably saves all of that. Nice Spider Mine connection. Really nice Spider Mine connection. What is... Oh. We're also killing that egg. That allows another very narrow path up this way for Dragoons. Oh, Spider Mine takes down another Dragoon. Vultures getting into this top right base, sneaking around this angle, trying to get out of range of the cannon, and they do. They park there. They stop all mining from the gas, if just for about 10 seconds. But, you know, this game is all about seconds. It's not about minutes, and it's not about, you know, 10-minute increments. It's about, can you delay an opponent for seconds here? And I think Sharp's done more of that. I think Sharp's done more damage economically and time-wise. Oh, sniping a High Templar, too. So Bisu's done a good job kind of winning engagements and getting that tank count down, but Sharp's done an amazing job slowing Bisu's macro down as much as possible. Once again, this base is not safe with one cannon at it. He's getting a second cannon, so that's something. 186 to 133 supply. Bisu's up big time and feeling pretty good about it. 4 Goliaths at a time. What, Sharp, did you see something I didn't see? I guess he just really wants to take down the shuttles for this gateway man strategy that Bisu's going for. He's not making arbiters. He's not making carriers, at least not here at 16 minutes. Doesn't mean he can't, obviously. And it's entirely possible. I would not put money on Bisu not making carriers. I'd put like $5 on him making carriers eventually in this game, but again, because it's such a good map for it. But not yet. Not yet. I don't think we need to be making that many Goliaths. It is a +1 air weapons that gets fired up just as I'm talking about carriers. So this could be a fake out. We've seen this. We've seen players get a +1 attack on the Cyber Core because you can see it spinning. Because Terran's going to be scanning this base. He's going to see the spin, and he might be like, oh, +1 means that carriers are on the way. And then they prepare for carriers. They make a ton of Goliaths and not enough tanks, and then they die. So you got to be careful about that if you're Sharp. Also, every probe of this base died. Vulture ran in, YOLO'd in, and got it taken care of. I don't know, like 2 or 3 probes maybe, but still, 100% is 100%. Stargate is on the way. Okay. So now 2 Stargates get fired up. Where's that scan? He's checking. He's trying to see. There was a game in ASL in the round of 16 where that happened, where a Terran player scanned the main base to try to find any sign of carriers and just barely missed. Just barely missed. Saw one Stargate, didn't see the other Stargates over here, didn't see the fleet beacon. I mean, these are not being hidden. This is definitely carriers. All right, remember when I was like, so I'd put $5 on there being carriers this game. I won my bet. But I mean, I think the odds were in favor of carriers, so I think I just make my money back more than anything else. It's not a good bet to make on this map with Bisu around. Okay, I need to see these scans. There it is. Okay, so he sees it now. Stargate, second Cyber Core, fleet beacon, Stargate. Yep. Okay, good man. Good scouting. He's going to be prepared for these carriers well before they show up, because it takes 8 gears for a carrier to build. So he's immediately, moving into 4 more Vultures. He's maxed out, so he's going to have to trade out some of these Vultures and these tanks for Goliaths at some point. I love this mass Vulture 1 siege tank attack on the 6 o'clock base. I mean, it's going to get the job done, right? Don't get me wrong. Well, maybe. It depends on what comes in to save the day. One High Templar is probably not going to do it, especially if the High Templar gets sniped out. He does. He can't get picked up and saved. Dude, this base is in trouble. Psystorming again. Probes are dying all over the place. Cannon getting fired on. Zealots getting cleared out by spider mines before they can approach the siege tank. This guy's got a free path to the tank, though that's problematic. And, okay, never mind. He is going to clean this thing up by sending enough High Templar and a couple Zealots in Nexus Alive, but there's 1 probe mining at it. It doesn't really count. However, it's only a 3-basing Terran. He hasn't been able to get a 4th base down here at all. He's not at the 12 o'clock. He's not bottom left. Bisu is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. 6 bases, dude. Yeah, and he's going for carriers. So Sharp, you're in trouble, man. He's still building tanks and Vultures while expanding. Dude, here's the thing. If you scout a carrier transition from your Protoss enemy, one thing you can do is go across the map and kill them while they're trying to get carriers up, right? They're not going to have the upgrades they need for their ground troops necessarily. They're saving that for the air units that don't exist yet, right? they're going to be freeing up supply. You can try to kill them then, but I don't know. Maybe that's what he's doing, but also expanding. That seems a little bit counterintuitive. So the 6th base is going to die. Base is going to die. Bit of a lisp there. All these probes are in a lot of trouble, too. Here at the, I don't know, is this the 5th base, maybe? Who the heck knows? Wait, was that 7 bases? My gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 7 bases. I mean, not really anymore. This base is dead now, and all the probes are dead at this base. 4th base coming in from Sharp. So yeah, it was crazy expansion times from Bisu. I know how to count. I can keep track of what's going on in this game. Trust me on that one. So Sharp 4 bases kills one of the bases of Bisu and kills a ton of probes at another one. So now we're making 7 Goliaths at a time. Now carrier production has begun. There are 3 of them. There's a 4th one on the way, and that's all the supply that's available at this point. So carrier group can't be huge until some units die and free up the supply to make more carriers. He's got the cash for it, and tell you that much. So yeah, these guys I think might move in. Once again, killing Goliaths here. Oh my gosh, it's Mass Goliath. No! Mass Goliath is bad against Zealot Dragoon. You need tank support for this. He's like, wait, I thought there would be carriers. Yeah, there will be carriers eventually, you guys, but don't walk out by yourselves here. Yeah, this is the army for the Dragoon Zealots. Not a great engagement, not a good path, not a good sight here for Bisu. Bad angle altogether. And yeah, tanks firing up. This base just got some probes back. Guess what? They are all dead now. Splash damage. Ooh, Science Vessel got sniped out. Dragoons, I guess. A bit of a whiff on a storm there. They can't all be winners, although most of the time they are. All right. Okay, sieging up. Causing major problems here. Another Nexus down. Bisu was on 7 bases. He's attacking his own gateway to sync up his interceptors, because technically there's an animation where the interceptor has to leave the carrier and then attack a thing. But if the interceptors are all out at the same time, you can kill a thing, retarget another thing, retarget another thing, and they never have to come home. So it really helps if they're synced up that way. But let's not talk about that right now, because Sharp's parked at the front door of Bisu. And, well, not actually as much. The side storm clears out most of that. Some of it heads up to try to kill this base that's pretty much mined out. 300 gas, no minerals there. Sharp's killing this base too. So Sharp doing the rampage thing where you move out, you try to kill 2 or 3 bases in one fell swoop. That's exactly what he's doing. Goliaths are eating a lot of storms trying to kill these carriers. Carriers seem fairly invulnerable at this point. I think sniping. Oh, these probes on the run out. Probe 31 probes left. No, the probe count just got decimated for Bisu. But are these carriers unstoppable? Nexus down there. So yeah, Bisu's on 1, 2, 3 total bases. 1 mining base right now. Sharp's on a mining base. Sharp's on another mining base. He expanded here and is expanding down here. Sharp has completely flipped the script on this game. His economy, his economic advantage is massive right now. And these carriers are going to be very hard to deal with, but I mean, if you're going to have to deal with them as a Terran, you might as well do it when you have a big economic advantage, right? So Goliath hits. They've got that +3. There you go, working on further armor. So is the Protoss. He's got +2, +2, +1 on the carriers, and it's a +3, +1 for the mech, which will be changing soon because upgrades are coming through the production tab right now. What did I say about these high ground positions? What did I say? But nice body shots, even on that high ground spot. He must have scanned in and seen what's going on there. Goliath, sometimes attacking interceptors is good. Sometimes attacking the carrier bodies is good. Don't let these Archons and DTs. Oh my gosh, the DTs are in the mix here. Holy crap, DTs causing problems. That's a lot of Dark Templar. Kind of more than I expected, forcing the Goliaths back entirely. 127 to 107 supply. What a scrappy carrier versus mech game this is. Yeah, killing interceptors can be good. Look, the carriers without interceptors are bad. They're paperweights. But sometimes killing them takes too long and you're dying in the meantime. But if you can't get a clear shot off on the carriers, rather than sitting there and just waiting, you might as well attack the interceptors. generally how that works. If you have enough Goliaths and the carrier count isn't crazy, and it's not, it's 6 carriers here. 6 carriers, not really enough to win the game. You're going to want to get up to like 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in the hands of somebody like Bisu, that's going to get a lot done. Bisu finally gets this base back. Taking this one back would be nice, but maybe too much to ask for here. 45 to 33 workers. Yeah, Bisu can't replace interceptors very fast. I would not be shocked if some of these don't even have the full complement of 8. Hard to tell because they're building. Yeah, I mean, his priority here with the minerals as they're trickling in, he's got 50 right now, is making interceptors. So they're going to be making interceptors. Hard to know what the count is right now. Just wandering over and sniping an entire base. This is what carriers can do. La 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 la. Goodbye, entire command center. Goodbye, refinery. Well, just kidding. We don't really want to do that, I guess. Falling back. D-Matrix Siege Tank. Size Storm is so good here. There was actually a game in ASL 20 that I recently watched where a player totally forgot about Storm in a situation like this. And it was like, oh, I think it was Snow in a PvT. It was like 20 minutes into the game, and there were High Templar, and they had energy, but he wasn't storming. And Tastosis were like, did you forget about Storm, Snow? And they're like, Snow forgot about Storm. Oh, no. Or he pressed the hotkey and it didn't register, right? And he assumed it would finish, but it didn't. There's a lot going on. That's something that happens, I think, to everybody. Okay, this Nexus under attack again. This time a carrier group is here to deal with it. Carrier group is now 8. It's getting bigger. Ooh, carrier down, though. That's the carrier death sound. Psystorm blanketing. Woo, blanketing there. A lot of Goliaths died. Still a scary number of them. And again, with +3, these guys are doing 32 damage per shot. At an incredible range. They hit so hard. Really negates most of the shields for the Protoss carriers and anything that they're hitting with that air attack. Another carrier dies. 6 remaining. Siege Tank trying to get the work done by himself. He's attacking a pylon right now, which it's a fine target, I guess, but maybe not exactly what you want to be targeting first of all. Okay, another carrier dies. The scans. And these high ground positions aren't big enough. You can hide on them and stay out of range of the Goliaths. The point is that you're invisible is the thing. See, the invisibility is the thing. So if you get scanned out, you can get hit. Yeah, just basically mass Goliath on the ground right now. Vultures coming in. More spider mines are going to be nice for sure. 93 to 85 supply. Protoss is even supply with the Terran, which is never good, but carriers are the great equalizer here. Observer comes in, sees base, says, uh-oh, that's not good. Scanning in. He's like, is there anything here? Is there any... Oh, that's where the carriers are going. Okay, good scans. Great scans. Aha! Spider-Mine lives because they're not an observer with this army. What the heck? God, I couldn't put my tongue there. How did I do that? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Mass Goliath against Mass Dragoon is not a good fight for the Goliaths. Spider-Mines, yep, all over the place. We've got Science Vessels in production and EMP on the carrier group, or on some of these Dragoons would be nice. 107 to 100 supply. Bisu did get back up to mining this base. This one has been running for a while, but it's mining out. He kind of needs a new place to go. This might be a good place. 12 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock again. While the carriers and the Dragoons are attacking down south, maybe he expands at the 6 o'clock. Attacking in. Again, attacking interceptors here as much as he can, trying to get targets on the Goliaths, but it's hard when the Dragoons are buffering this well. There's the tanks. Tank siege up. They're going to make the Dragoons think twice about buffering for these carriers, and in fact, Dragoons have to fall back. The carriers have to fall back. They're regrouping with their Dragoon buddies. Another carrier went down in that exchange. He's got 5 of them now. Another scan. Sharp is in the fight for his life right now, man. This is a very close game. He's done very well with targeting, very well with killing bases, and also expanding himself. So good stuff. Really good stuff here by Sharp. I would not be surprised if he wins this game. I know some of you guys saw carriers and were like, oh, that's it. We're done. But it's not a huge group of carriers. Bisu doesn't have the money for that. He doesn't have enough money to make 10 carriers or 11 carriers, does he? EMP. The Science Vessel, I think, is here because the DT attack earlier really spooked him. Also, D-Matrix is nice, and if you want to, you know, EMP a thing, that's pretty good too. Call EMPing that High Templar would have been pretty good. Huge size storms as well, though. Dude, this base is in a lot of trouble. The size storms just keep coming and flowing in, but nothing much on the ground left over. Carrier group still 5 against how many Goliaths? Like 2? 2 Goliaths can't handle 5 carriers. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. And this bottom left base of Sharps is going to die. He's going to go ahead, maybe get the SCVs out of here, expand to the 12 o'clock to make up for the death of this base. I guess the death of the SCVs? I mean, Archon takes so much damage from everything. Just has a lot of shields. But Goliath attack is strong enough to kill them pretty quickly. Anything ranged is pretty great against an Archon. Goliaths, Hydras especially. Chasing them down. Oh, here we go. Chasing them down. 80 to 79 supply. Scrap. This has been a bloodbath of a PvT. Dude, we're at 30 minutes and nobody's even close to 100 supply right now. Nobody's bases are happy. Nobody has enough of an economy. It's 30 to 27 workers. Yeah, Protoss is up, but he's on 1 base mining right now. And this base is alive for Sharp. And this base, that's not a base. I thought that was fooled. I thought that was a base. He hasn't retaken this base either. I don't know if he wants to. You want to try to expand? He needs to expand somewhere. Scans up, sees that base is mined out, and says, all right, I can stick in this game. My economy is not good, but Bisu's is just about as bad as mine is. So on even footing, Mech is very good. Carriers change that equation as always. But look at these High Templar ready to rock. Yeah, storm, 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 and storm. Okay, here we go. Without the storm, I'm not sure this goes very well for Bisu at all. Yeah, Spider Mine's up. Siege tanked up. Bisu falls back. Can you maybe expand here? I mean, honestly, at this stage, float the command center to this base. Float it to this base. I mean, he needs another base somewhere. The natural still has some money on it. So maybe once that's mined out, you move the CC as well. But I just feel like he needs more income right now. I know Bisu's on 1 base. I'm guessing Sharp's looking at this position and going, well, I think I can pull this off. I think I can pull this off 1 base to 1 base. I know the carrier control is scary, but there's only 5 of them. I don't think Bisu's made a new carrier in a while. He has had the money to make things like Dragoons and replace High Templar and replace Interceptors, and that's about it. High Templar. Oh, High Templar died to a Spider Mine. That sucks. That is one of the more cost-efficient things that you can do in StarCraft, is killing a High Templar with a Spider Mine. Spider Mines, dude. Cheap. Cheap as free. High Templar, 150 gas. What a trade. Once again, every Interceptor you kill here, if Bisu doesn't have the cash to replace them, the carrier effectiveness is reduced by 800 bajillion. It is not good. Yeah, more Interceptors being produced. The North Science Facility dies. I guess it was just there more to block Bisu's attempt to take it. But this is knife fight and a phone booth type stuff, folks. This is on the edge of your seat. 126 to 94 supply. Pretty big, scary mech army here. Constantly scanning. Constantly checking to see where on earth that Protoss ball is. Is Bisu going to make another carrier ever again? I don't know. I don't know if he is, man. Okay, Storm's going to be everything. Without Storm, this is a dead Protoss army. There's 1 Storm. The count is here to count your storms. There's more there, but they didn't really want to do anything about it. I don't know. This is an awkward position to walk through with your Goliaths. You kind of got to cover both sides here against these carriers, bouncing back and forth. Amazing. Vulture sniping a High Templar. Every High Templar and the Spider Mine at the same time. Dude! What a play by Sharp. Snipes the High Templar, Spider Mines the Dragoons. The connection actually gets off. The Goliaths are kind of ignoring the carriers. Oh, he's not microing his Dragoons right now. Oh, nice D-Matrix on one of the Dragoons. I think this might be it. I think Bisu might be done here. He is at 83 supply. Somehow, miraculously, Sharp is over 100 supply now. He's been bleeding tanks and Goliaths and SCVs for so long, but he's still producing, man. He's still macroing his face off. He still has enough income. The interceptors are just expensive right now. They are not good late game when money is low. They are for when you have 6 or 7 bases and you're sitting on 8,000 minerals in the bank and you can replace interceptors without thinking about it. Ah, vultures come in, sniping the dudes on gas. Spider Mine takes out the vulture, but also a zealot, but there's more here. Spider Mine. Oh, gets attacked and doesn't actually get a kill. Doesn't get an attack itself. Nicely done. Attacking his own Nexus to sync up those interceptors. We talked about that earlier. Armor is +2 for the mech. Protoss is at 222. He'd actually never got +3 attack on these carriers. That's massive. That might actually help. Ooh, Spider-Mine again kills 2 vultures there. That might be helping Sharp a lot, is that lack of a +2. Vultures running into the natural base, spider mining it up, trying to deal with the Dragoons that way. Again, getting these probes on gas. They're only returning 2 gas per trip, but that's, you know, when you only have 10 gas, that's a big friggin' deal. Ah, every probe there is dead. I think Sharp has this. If I had to put money on this game right now, I'd say it's Sharp. Remember when I was like, I'd pay $5 on there being carriers, and there were. I would have also put $5 down on Bisu winning if he gets carriers, and that's not happening. Sharp, 129 to 100 supply. He's up. He's got mech. He's strong. This base is in a lot of trouble. Bisu just got it, because this is mining out, and his newest base of income, Sharp makes a beeline for it. No, carrier's not microing very well. I think there's just too much nice storm. Dude, the carriers are not microing at all. Bisu, he knew. GG Sharp gets the win. I thought he was creeping up closer and closer to winning there over the last 5 or 6 minutes. And he certainly pulled it off on the end. My goodness. That's incredible. Like, that is what we're talking about here, folks. That is a great game from Sharp on a map that's really good for carriers. I'm sure some people saw carriers on the thumbnail and said, Turin can't win against carriers. It's impossible. But guess what? If you kill enough bases of the Protoss and you get enough bases of your own and you have an economic advantage and you're scanning constantly, then you can win against carriers, especially if Bisu can't get up to more than 5 carriers for most of the rest of the game, never gets up to +3 attack on his carrier group, never gets to +3 armor, and it is a +3 attack here for the mech. That was massive. Just never gave up, kept scanning those high grounds, kept getting body shots when he could, kept sprinkling in tanks to deal with the Dragoons that are going to be here. And yeah, this base dead. Bisu recognized he was dead. So fantastic. This started with Reaver shenanigans. Remember that? Half an hour ago, Reaver shenanigans in this natural base in the main. Didn't get enough done against Sharp to shut him down to that point. He never retook this base either. I mean, Sharp doesn't exactly have the great economy either. He's got 400 minerals in the bank. He's mining from the bottom left base, and that's it. I do think Bisu not targeting this command center and killing it was a problem for him. Although I suppose this command center could have come down and landed and maybe performed the same functions. But yeah, this was the saving grace for Sharp. If this isn't a base for whatever reason, then I think Bisu wins. But because it was there, it was good to go. Sharp was good to go. So GG, man. I'm telling you, RJB finds the bangers for us, doesn't he? End of the day, 282,000 points to 283,000 points. Bisu had more points today, incredibly enough. I guess he produced a lot of units because of the interceptors, and that probably had a lot to do with it, although got outproduced by Sharp, intriguingly enough. Structures raised, 28 by the Terran, 12 by the Protoss, and the outspend by Bisu here with carriers. It's not a lot. It's only about, let's see, 5 plus 4 is 9. 9,000 resources in 36 minutes is just simply not enough. Even if you have carriers, you can't overcome that kind of a discrepancy. Cannot quite do it. So that's a GG, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, and you take care of yourself.